Hello, everyone. Yeah, we're live. We are. Hi. This is... Something's bugging me. There you go. Welcome to this very special episode of Pulp Cthulhu, where we are playing today for a dear charity of mine called the Trevor Project. The Trevor Project, in case you don't know it, is a charity that provides crisis intervention and suicide prevention with the LGBTQ youth. Any donations that you give today will be sent directly, whether it is bits or money or subs or what have you. Everything will be given to the Trevor Project. In addition, for any amount of whatever your donation amount is, I should say, words, you will be given a free copy of the Lovecraftian Handbook and the Weird West Handbook by Mage Hand Press. So if you want to play something akin to the game we're going to play today, but in D&D 5th edition, then that is your chance. Without further ado, let's just go around, introduce ourselves. We have some new faces around the table today. So why don't you tell everyone who you are playing, even for the recurring cast, and then I'll leave the mic to Deirdre. I'll start with, I should have pointed at someone. We'll start with the one right below me on the overlay. Quentin, how are you?
I'm good. Glad to be back. Watched last week's episode. Glad I wasn't there. I mean, glad I wasn't there. again, my name's Quentin. I'm going to be playing Father Boris Makarov, and hopefully I won't go insane today.
I'm Simon at Wandering DM. I'll be playing George Brooke, the deputy of Four Corners, New Mexico. And Eddie, who are you?
Well, as he said, I'm Eddie Freeman. I'm on the internet as Pixel Pirate and Ninja Pseudo. And I also play on Monday nights with a couple of these folks in our Dark Matter game, also by Mage Hand Press. Super fun. I play as a gnomish gadgeteer, and our lovely DM, our keeper today, was Kebichet. So they were like, "Oh yeah, let's play some Cthulhu and go insane." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like a Saturday."
Nice. Another recurring face, our resident doctor.
Hi, I'm Scott at Berserker Rage on Twitter. I'm the skeptical, wonderful Dr. Drake Anders, and I look forward to trying not to go insane today.
And last but not least, another new face coming into Four Corners. Well, from what I was told, she already lives in Four Corners. But is a new face in this Go West campaign, Lindy.
Hi, I'm Lindy at Laugh Love Lindy, and I will be playing Robin Banks. She is just a nice, home, down-to-earth rancher right now. Yep. From back east. She moved out here, somewhat recently, but, loving this Western lifestyle.
And thus, I'll leave the mic up to our wonderful keeper for today. Another last reminder, don't forget that any donation, anything that you give will go to the Trevor Project today. So feel free to mess with our characters, feel free to drain our sanity or help us regain sanity and health. Maybe. Look down below. Every panel that you see on the Twitch page has a link to the donation page. You just need to click on what it is that you want to have happened. Let us know in chat or in the message when you donate, so we know about it. And yeah, I'm 100% ready to lose George today.
I do not know what you are thinking, Deputy Brooke. I would never intentionally design an entire scenario where I was allowing myself to add extra characters based on the kindness of strangers. At all. Whatsoever. But welcome back, y'all, to the Four Corners, New Mexico territory. When last we left off, unfortunately, the doctor and, the bounty hunter had decided to avail themselves of dealing with, as the doctor described. Well, what did you describe it as, Doctor?
I believe this was a nest of some sort of, perhaps, creature or insect, maybe? I mean, there's a perfectly viable scientific explanation for this.
Indeed, indeed. And I'm quite sure, when we left them off, they were, Miss June Chan, resident bounty hunter and enforcer of the order at Lady Goodnight's House of Rest, had suffered some wounds, it would be fair to say?
That would be fair to say. Wounds of quite a substantial nature.
Bleeding profusely was the terminology I believe was used at a certain point at the moment.
I think that is correct.
But we're actually going to rewind the clock a little bit, go back a few hours, and move the camera and focus in on a small church where our priest in residence, Father Boris Makarov, is engaged in his daily meditation. Father, would you describe your church to us?
Yeah, it's not very big because the town of Four Corners isn't very big. It's probably just like a small chapel with a couple rooms in the back, probably one for storage and like one where like my bed is. My room's not very lavish, probably like a couple like Orthodox crosses hanging around. a Bible, and what was that one thing I kept with me? A psychology book, one of my treasured possessions. There's a few pews. Surprisingly, everyone in the town is basically like the worst sinners I've ever seen, and not very many people come to repent, but that's okay. I'm sure they'll be saved somehow, some way.
Well, and as your day gets going, you're in prayer. And you know this church, it's clapboard walls, it's whitewashed, the hardwood floors underneath you. A simple church. But that's not what you see right now. What you see right now is much older. Instead of clapboard and polished hardwood, you see stone, and you see a bright, intricate stained glass window depicting... What is it depicting, Father?
It would be depicting I guess it would be like stained glass of like a picture of Jesus, probably with like his arms outstretched.
The resurrection?
Yeah.
And the Assumption? With bright, intricate colors, surrounded by candles.
Mm-hmm.
There's a smell of incense in the air. It's colder. A lot colder. It's far, far away from the actual warmth of Four Corners, New Mexico. But what you see, and now you see this light shining through the figure of the Assumption, the resurrected Lord. I need you to roll me a powers check, sir.
This is gonna go very well.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it does. It does indeed. It works for you quite well, sir. You hear a voice speaking to you. It's urgent. It kind of comes from without and within at the same time. It's everywhere and nowhere. It belongs to all, your language and all. You don't hear it in English. It's not what you would think of in your heart of hearts as your own language now, would it be, sir? Instead, you hear it loudly in the mother tongue. My champion needs you. Save her. And then you're back in that clapboard and hardwood building. What are you going to do, sir?
Mutter a silent curse. Bliet. No. Put my things away, and I'll stand up, and I'll grab my shotgun, which I'm very skilled in, by the way, and I'll kind of like keep it like under my robes, and I'll wander outside of the church.
Okay. As you wander outside, it's just shortly after dawn. Sun is rising. There aren't many folk in the street. Last night was a rousing entertainment as a certain number of people lost a large amount of money. Well, that, and apparently some folk broke a table, interrupting the losing of money.
Did Did I know if they went to the caves or not? Was I privy to that, or
You knew that they were going to, and you had decided that you knew that the deputy was not going.
yeah? I'll go see if I can find the deputy.
And as we follow you down, the camera moves a little faster than Father, and we head back inside our jail where our dear friend Deputy George Book now is enjoying his morning coffee. Unfortunately, Mr. Covington has moved on from petulant glaring and annoyance to full-on doing everything he can to annoy you from inside his jail cell. Random tapping, random noises, singing the song that never ends.
I hope it existed back then. I really do.
I'm claiming it does.
Some variation. It's canon in my head.
Some variation thereof.
Yeah, exactly.
You see that Leon and Jedediah are started recovering. Jedediah is apologetic and is actually trying to clean up around him within the jail. Leon's just angry than usual. The gentleman is not peaceably inclined. Jack and or John is starting to recover, and Sam looks like he's still rather worse the wear.
But the only one that gets on my nerve is, as always, Mr. Covington.
Joshua Covington is there purely to annoy you and make your life hell.
Mr. Covington, sir, I don't think you can pay your bail by singing. You don't strike me as some sort of mummer. So I'd advise you just stay put and wait for your uncle to get back.
This is the song that doesn't end. I'm quite sure it'll be much more entertaining. No, I can't do that. That's off key. I need to be better in my key.
Well, you stay here and you practice your singing then. I'd rather you do that than try to punch an officer of the law again.
I don't see an officer of the law anywhere in my presence.
I'd suggest you wash your eyes then, Mr. Covington.
That would be really hard to do, and I'm just better at overlooking worse things that I'm ignoring.
This chili I got is very delicious, Mr. Covington. It reminds me, I should probably feed you.
Yes, that is technically required.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I wait a few more hours, I can probably just need to... What the hell is going on? Give me 2 seconds, someone's at the door.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Apparently somebody needed the deputy right now and in a hurry. So we'll pan back up the street. Father, did you grab anything besides your shotgun?
No.
I hear church bells. That might be the doorbell.
No. I think, besides just like normal clothes, I think the shotgun's it.
All right. Well, okay, so you're not taking anything other than your shotgun.
Looks at character sheet.
I know. I'm trying to remember some of the stuff that I had from last session. it was always fun getting a character and being like, oh wait, did I have an accent? Did I, what did I have?
You got it all. It's all right. So while you are conversing with Joshua Covington, you see out of your corner of your eye Jedediah just shaking his head going, that boy's an idiot. You hear a loud knock on your door as the priest strides fully in.
Father.
Deputy, I feel like Miss June is in trouble.
I hear you loud and clean, Father, but I had a message for you before that. We've just received the first $12 donation for the Trevor Project, and it gives us all advantage.
Woo!
I just felt like I needed to say it because this happened off camera while I was dealing with some shitty people downstairs.
Well.
And that's my daily breaking of the fourth wall. I'll probably do it some more as we go along. But Father Makarov, yeah? Well, what seems to be the matter?
I cannot say for sure. When I was in prayer this morning, a voice told me that she needed my help. And in doing so, I need yours.
The voice that spoke to you was a missus, and she needs your help? Was that what you're getting at, Father?
The voice that spoke to me was of a higher power, Deputy.
I'm not one to judge who your higher power is. For all I know, the God could be a woman.
I believe this is a conversation for another time, discussing God's gender.
All right then, but what does God require of you, Father? Or of me? I'm not a very pious person. You must have seen that.
I understand, Deputy. I think what I may require is what you keep on your hip.
God wants me to use my iron?
Maybe. I may need your protection. I have reason to believe that Miss June went to the cave.
Yeah, that she did with Dr. Anders. I was supposed to head with Maisie to shit, what's his name again? It's not the Lake's house. It's the Bradford's house. And I needed to go to the Bradford's house with Maisie. But are you saying something happened to Miss June?
Yes, I believe something happened or is happening as we speak.
Nah, we can't have that now, can we, Father? Alright, I'm gonna follow you. Where does the voice said that we needed to go or something?
Do we know where she went?
She went to check on the mines with Dr. Anders.
I believe we should start there.
Um,
out of game, is there only like one set of mines near the?
No,
500
but
of them.
there's a large number. Four Corners is both a cattle town and a mining town. But in this particular instance, Mr. Brooke is aware of where one Wilfred, town drunk, occasionally mined, and that is where he sent the armed and the doctor. The armed bounty hunter and the doctor.
Yeah, I should tell you, Father, that they left with all the dynamite. And I haven't heard any explosion. Not since they left.
Nor have I. I believe we should make haste.
You're saying that as if you're not very accustomed to saying make haste. Let's just mosey on up to the mine then. Do you have a horse, Father?
I did purchase a horse in character creation.
Then we'll leave. I'm gonna have to go wake up my partner. Mr. Reed? No, not Mr. Reed.
Mm-hmm. Edmund Reed.
Edmund Reed. Yes. Edmund.
You see a gentleman you see the gentleman stumble to the door, open a crack, glance at you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Reed. Something... What?
I went to bed an hour ago.
Something happened to Miss Chen and Dr. Randers down in the mines. I think there was a problem. Father Makarov wants me to go with him to investigate. I just wanted to warn you that I haven't fed the prisoners yet. I'll do it upon my return.
Do I need to actually be there, or can I just go back to bed?
You can go back to bed, but you are now the only sole figure of authority in charge in Four Corners until I get back.
So I do actually need to be there. Give me like 5 minutes.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen to this town in the next couple of hours?
Well, I've been in certain locations where things were exploded, blown up, burnt down, and a horrible case of typhoid. So, take your pick.
Well, all right then. Get ready. I'll wait for you to be properly dressed and presentable.
Yes, that would be preferable. And as he goes to close the door, you see this just large amounts of bright red burn scars from about his neck down his arm, on his right arm, as he goes to close the door. And 5 minutes later, he's fully dressed impeccably as he always is. He is wearing both his normal 6-shooter and carrying a large shotgun.
Why then I believe Four Corners is safe for the time being. I owe you one, Edmund.
You owe Thomas one. And he strides down toward the jail.
Yes. His platonic friend. I owe his platonic friend one.
You never said it was platonic.
Yes. All right, Father. I'll lead the way.
After you, Deputy.
I'm bringing my chili with me.
Well, that's a fine thing to bring on trail. Make sure you have that. As we see these two gentlemen ride off west, as the sun begins to rise higher in the sky behind them, and we pan down a little bit, further down the road. Sun has shifted a couple hours later, and we see a figure riding by himself. Eddie, who do we see?
We see a live, handsome gentleman with the occasional cat hopping on his lap. That has seen the world a bit. But they have a confidence about them and kind of an intelligent glare that looks off into the distance, with a kind of a daily sack. You can see maybe on the edge of it a couple of books as well. And he's a traveler, so he's kind of wearing the regular accoutrement that you might find on someone who travels in the West, including a couple of weapons.
Mm-hmm. Now he is also riding west, I believe. Recently having left the establishment of Four Corners, but been on the road for a few days at this point. I need you to roll me a spot hidden, mister.
Oh man, my favorite roll. So let's see, spot hidden. Okay.
Yep, just roll the green one.
Yeah. So my spot
Unless
hidden.
you want to.
Well, I have a pretty powerful listen, so if there's like if I can
You
do
can
one or the other.
you can do both. Actually, I'll let you roll both. You'll get different answers with them.
Okay. Well, let's see what I get. So there's the listen. Terrible and terrible. Awesome. This is going great.
Well, actually, if you want to spend like 2 luck points, you could succeed on your spot hidden.
You can spend the 2.
That's a good point. And let's see. Did my luck get adjusted since last time?
It should be. You should have.
So it should be
Covered.
60 again?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
I fixed it.
Okay.
I fixed it.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
Okay, so then yeah, I will spend 2 luck points. There we go.
You glance back, adjusting something on your saddle, and you happen to notice behind you the beginnings of a dust trail. Not large, but you can also see now 2 figures riding up on you rather quickly. They're in a mite bit of a hurry.
Do I see? Do I kind of like surmise that they may be looking to intercept me, or is there anything around me in front where that can kind of rush to maybe?
Well, there looks to be, if you look forward, a branch and fork off in the distance, maybe about a half mile in front of you, but you do notice that one of the gentlemen riding up on you has an extremely distinctive hat. So distinctive, in fact, that you're almost 100% sure that that's that priest from Four Corners that you may have seen in the recent past.
Yeah, good old Boris, huh? Or no?
Well, no, it's definitely Father Boris.
Okay. Because there was that other priest, and I was like, oh, wait, which
What is Mr. Williams feeling about priests in the moment?
Yeah, it's a good question. A bit wary, to say the least. Yeah, I think Williams would maybe step up his pace. And head towards I don't know, something maybe a little bit.
He gets attacked by a cougar.
Yeah. He rushes away from the wild cats in the desert.
We found that varmint. What killed the drunkard?
Yeah, there she is.
I mean, you kind of did, but
Yeah.
it's complicated.
She loves to say hi.
Yeah. So you're not gonna slow up on him. You're gonna try.
I'm gonna giddy up a little bit faster.
I need the deputy and the priest to make me a spot hidden roll.
Ooh.
I am super proficient in spot hidden. I have the eyes of a hawk.
Or listen, either one works.
I'll try both, but just because I'm an ass and I want to level up my listen skill.
Figured somehow is important.
I mean, if I survive, what about a failure? A major failure for that, and a major failure for spot hidden. I am as
Hey, someone
But the
passed.
father here,
sharp as a worm.
the
And
father does
my
hear.
eyes aren't so good, but I can hear.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a little older. It makes sense. He can hear a little bit better than he.
I think George is just too preoccupied by what could have happened to June.
He's worried and focused and in a rush. The father, however, hears the rise of horse bleats in the distance. Not too far in front of you, even. But you can't quite make out who it is.
Deputy, there is someone up ahead, riding as well.
Can you see if it's a doctor or June?
No,
I can't see
cannot-
anything except for dust.
I hear it. I cannot make it with my eyes.
And if, Mr. Williams, you really want to get away from these folk, I need you to make opposed ride checks.
Opposed ride checks. Well, I think my intention isn't necessarily to get away, but to get myself into a position where if I need to, like, duck and cover or dash, because, you know, I don't know if they're actually after me.
Okay.
But being cautious that I am, especially after
okay.
recent events.
Okay. There are a number of, like, large rock formations that you could duck behind at a certain point.
So I'd probably kind of steer myself in that direction.
Okay.
Not veering too much off trail if I know the trail's
No, that's fine. Mhm.
Off of it, but yeah. I can still do a ride check, but it's not going to be great.
I fixed your ride, so you have the standard ride that everyone has.
Oh,
unless
okay.
you put points in it.
No, I didn't. Let me,
Because if he tries to run away from us, I'm going to charge at him.
This will be entertaining. I'm entertained. Y'all entertained? I'm right entertained.
Hello? Sorry, I cut, like, my whole audio cut out for a second there.
Oh, you're good.
Good.
Okay, good. So sorry about that. I was like, fix.
It's okay.
Okay.
Alright. So, are you going to try and get away from them, or are you just going to try and settle up in front, waiting for them?
yeah, I'm going to settle up in front and, like, kind of get myself into a position where I can hide a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just to, like, let them pass.
This figure seems to, I don't know, they look suspicious. Do you want me to take a look? I'm gonna take a peek at them, and I'll rejoin you after, Father.
Perhaps the rider has seen Miss June or the doctor.
That is a fair point. I'm gonna hail the rider. Hail, rider!
Hail and well met.
do I hear them? One.
Oh, traveler.
I mean, just for the hell of it, because I want to know how loud Deputy Brooke can be. Roll that con check.
Well, me?
On capacity. Yeah.
Well, that'd be a 65. It's a success. It's not my best day.
You hear it. You definitely hear it. You might even recognize the voice. The deputy's been in town for a while. You're familiar with who lives in Four Corners.
With his shitty Louisiana/Arizona accent.
Okay, well, if I recognize the voice, I'm still cautious, so I'd still kind of head towards it, but I'd slow down my pace a bit.
Alright.
Sir?
You ride, deputy, and you see a figure that you vaguely recall seeing working at least part-time at Lady Goodnight's.
As a patron or working? Oh. Oh. Oh.
You're not aware of this?
Oh, that's what you meant by working boy. I thought he was like a ranch hand or something. I thought I was... Oh.
I
We need to rename this game Things Deirdre Says That Go Over Simon's Head.
love it. Or going west.
Howdy, partner.
Oh, Sheriff, how are you?
Oh, I'm not. I'm not a sheriff.
Deputy, sorry.
But I like. It's good that you think that I could be one. That I could make a good sheriff. Sir, what are you doing so far out of Four Corners?
Well, I figured I'd get myself out of town for a bit. I had somewhat of a heroin experience recently, and yeah, I needed to get away and kind of gather my thoughts.
Did you say harrowing or heroin?
Heroin. Sorry, my Virginia accent can be a bit thick sometimes.
My ears are still ringing from all the shots that were fired at the saloon last night.
Oh, really?
That was a mighty ruckus that was caused by, I figure, someone cheating at cards. If I were you, what's your name again?
Clarence Williams.
Mr.
Virginia.
Williams from Virginia, state I've never been in. Mr. Williams, sir, if I were you, I'd avoid going into the wilderness outside of town. There's been... And I look at Father Boris for a second. There's been attacks by some mighty dangerous critters. Probably a mountain lion, a cougar, or a bear. Shit, it's behind you! I would advise against traveling by yourself. We were going to Mrs. Chan. You probably know Miss Chan from the House of Pleasures. And you've probably, by the way, Clarence, you have seen George at the brothel a few times. He only chats with June. And even then, he's, like, very shy about it. He's just, he'll come in, stay there for a few minutes, maybe, like, have a drink, try to approach June, and then just leave.
I probably have known that you maybe had a thing for June, and you hadn't quite built up the courage yet to say anything.
Yeah, but it's a doomed endeavor one way or another.
Very well. I was not aware that there were recent attacks out in the wilderness. I had to get away.
It's
Where is it? Where is it you say you're going?
Miss Chan went to look on the mines. We think that they have a nest over there, and we were intent on blowing it up.
A nest? There are creatures that nest?
Oh, I had a slip of the tongue. I wanted to say a den. It's a den, probably, of cougars in the abandoned tunnels in the mines.
I see. Okay. Well, I mean, if you really do believe that it is not safe for someone to travel alone, I mean, I can handle myself pretty well, but it does sound like you're heading to do what?
Well, if you can defend yourself pretty well. Do I notice that you're armed?
Yeah, I mean, he's got like a shotgun and a rifle on either side of his saddle, and then I mean,
because then perchance you might want to come accompany Father Makarov and myself to the mines. I could use an extra pair of guns. She left with the town doctor, Dr. Anders.
Oh, Dr. Anders. Oh, he was always so kind to all the ladies at the house, and myself included, especially when we needed our things tended to. It can be rough sometimes when clientele get a little bit aggressive.
I have to admit, I've seen Miss Chan throw away some pretty big specimen outside of the window.
Well, if you say you're heading to find the doctor, I'm more than willing to help. As you said, it's not safe to go alone, so I might as well join up with some folk. If you wouldn't mind, like I said, I can handle myself pretty well, but if you need another hand, I'm willing to help.
I would definitely need an extra pair of guns.
What did you say your name was, friend?
Clarence Williams.
Are you a godly man, Clarence?
Perhaps at one point, but I've recently had the fear of God put in me and lost a bit of faith in some regards. There are things that I've seen that I part of the reason why I left town, trying to make sense of it all, as it were.
I would start saying your prayers now. Deputy, shall we go?
If I can have a word with you, Father Makarov, I've heard Mr. Williams pray sometimes at the Goodnight House of Rest. I've heard him in his room. He prays to God very loudly. I think he's I think his faith is well placed. I don't think we should worry, but you said that you saw things, Clarence. What kind of things?
Well, like I said, I do not. It was all too real, but in all fairness, I'm not even sure what they were, or it's tough.
Would you believe me if I told you that I saw a writhing mass of tentacles and some such float away and drain a boy of its blood? I had to put the fire to it.
You just kind of see on Clarence's face like kind of like they had seen a ghost, or they're stark white. It's nothing quite like that, but there definitely were writhing insects and foul creatures of manipulation. It took the form of others.
I need everybody to make me a spot hidden check.
Motherfucking shit.
I don't know. All I hear is lightning right now.
How do I use my advantage?
You want to use advantage, the gray button on the left, and we're playing it as add a die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So on the +1, you get an extreme success, Father. And Eddie, so you are down your advantage. You do not currently have one. I'm just saying that the Father doesn't currently have any advantages left.
Yeah, we have it on the overlay for those watching.
I succeeded too. Sorry, what?
All right. So we
all succeeded.
you see the growing gray and dark thunderstorms rolling across the desert, coming up from the south, approaching you fast. You hear the thunder, you see Deputy and Mr. Williams, you see the ranch, or the branch off to the ranch with a sign above the gate. It's an R and an E, bracketed in a B. And you, Father, with your extreme success, you notice something that the other two do not. You notice that lightning that's cracking in the sky, streaking across that dark, rolling clouds. It's not white lightning like you're used to in the desert. It's not that bright pink of heat lightning that you're used to in the desert. It's green. A deep, acid green.
Irish
and it seems
lightning.
coming. Sort of. If you're going to compare it to anything, you'd say it looked like a poison. And you see it coming closer and closer. All of you feel the rain start to fall on you. And the wind start to pick up. What are you gonna do, gentlemen?
if I might suggest, it seems like we need to get to shelter. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it to the mine in time, but at the very least, let's find something nearby.
Deputy, are the caves nearby?
I think they're still quite a ways away.
At least 30 minutes.
Yeah, we should seek shelter in the ranch first and then move along when the rain stops. I don't particularly like this.
If we ride fast. If she is in trouble, we should go as fast as we can.
I agree with the father here. It does behoove us to move fast, especially in this rain. Mines can be quite dangerous in the weather.
Well, okay. I have forgotten about that. Who's the best rider among us three?
I have average. I haven't put anything in writing.
I would say on a scale of 1 to 100, I'm a 45.
Then, Father, you're the best rider of the three of us.
Great.
But you're unarmed. Why don't you stay at the ranch? I'll go take a look at the mines and come back. If anything, if they got out of the mines, they might have just decided to rest at the ranch instead, with all the storm brewing over.
I feel like it is my mission to go with you, Deputy. I brought you in. I shall see it through.
And as you said, it's dangerous to go alone. So, should we split, or can we maybe pass by the ranch on the way?
The ranch is closer.
All right.
Literally, you're going to drive by it before you get to the mines.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll pass by the ranch anyway, and we'll see if we see, like, we spot their horses or something. Because I'm still hopeful that they either never made it to the mines, or made it and then were forced out. And that's why we never heard the explosion. Do we have to roll ride?
Listen check.
Oh, shoot.
By the way, well, that makes sense.
I'm gonna use 6 luck points.
Is it just the deputy that's making a listen roll?
Nope, you could all make it.
Oh, cool. Sorry. That was...
Your eardrums explode.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well,
I cut my ears as soon as like a crack of thunder bellows.
Father, you hear as you're riding, because you're the only one that can hear it over the storm, the whinny of 2 horses. And that's where we're gonna cut. Fast forward rewind just a couple minutes ago, as one Robin Banks walks out onto her front porch with the sight of an unconscious June Chan being supported by the local neighborhood doctor, and the sound of thunder and lightning in the distance.
June, how come every time I see you it is raining and thundering outside? Oh, bring her in.
Right away. Don't think we've met. I'm Dr. Drake Anders. I'm from over in Four Corners.
Oh, over in Four Corners. My name's Robin Banks. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Very, very nice to meet you. I wish it was under better circumstances, but...
Of course. June is an acquaintance of mine. We've traveled together out here to Four Corners, so she does not look quite good at all. So bring her in.
Sure, certainly. And I'll grab June up off the horse and bring her inside.
Right. I'll escort her in, probably towards a bed or a couch, someplace to lay her down. Oh, I have a nice house. Look at that. All right. My house. Yeah, I can put her in one of the guest bedrooms. And my husband is not home at the time. I believe he is a little better with medical treatment than I am. But you said you're a doctor, so anything I can get you to help Miss June? Water, towels?
Both, please. Some hot
Certainly.
water and some fresh towels, please.
Of course, right away. And she'll go over to her really nice kitchen because she has a nice house. It looks like when this ranch was built, like not many expenses were spared in its building.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite a, you could say it's like a luxury ranch almost.
It gives the appearance of a Spanish colonial hacienda around a courtyard.
Oh yeah.
Very nice and stylish.
Mm-hmm.
I want this house in real life.
And she'll
Technically can happen.
go off to get some hot water and some towels. And she probably was making herself a cup of coffee to keep, she felt the cool wind kind of blew in with the storm. So making a cup of coffee. She's already got some water on the kettle. Just bring that in, some towels. And be like, so what exactly happened to Miss June?
We were over in the mines and we were investigating some. We've had some mishaps in the town lately, and we thought it originated from there. And well, it turns out we were right, but something happened to grab Miss June here, and it did quite a number on her.
Oh, did you happen to see what it was that grabbed her?
It was rather dark in the mine, and I'm not entirely certain.
Roll that intelligence check, Doctor.
Let's go.
It's the moment we've been waiting for.
You know exactly what it was.
Quick, use your
By the way,
luck
Doctor,
to
how much
ruin it.
sanity did you just lose?
Let's see. It would be 14.
Yes, as our doctor has that non-believer problem, but he doesn't seem to be suffering from it anymore. And, you are struck, Doctor, by an overwhelming curiosity about whatever this thing was, and a desire to almost dissect it in a scientific manner, obsessively. You need to know more about this. You're not really that concerned about your own personal safety in the issue.
How would I be considering Miss June's safety?
As the moment she is your patient, her priorities come a little bit first.
That is fine. So I will get back to work on Miss June, stabilizing her to get to the point where I can feel comfortable to run off and try and see if I can fish a piece of this thing out of the mine that we left behind.
Now, how close are these mines to my house that he's referring to?
About half an hour ride by a horse, so about 4 miles.
Okay.
4 miles.
So not on my property.
Not actually on your property,
Good.
no.
Good, because husband's off talking to some people about mining rights on my property, so I'd be like, maybe just kidding. But no, we can keep mining, it's fine. So,
Your mining rights are currently not an issue.
oh, good.
Doctor, would you like to roll that medicine on Miss June?
Yes. I will definitely do that here.
No, we like hand them towels and hot water.
Ooh, hard success.
Good success.
I'll make a note that she gets to roll for that hit point recovery after the fact. We'll get to that.
Can we spin the 3 and make an extreme success out of it?
Yeah. We'll get to recover 2 die. It's fine.
Okay.
Thanks.
Make that note. One of you, probably Mrs. Banks at this point, you're being aware of what's going on with the trouble that June done brought to your door.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make me a spot hidden and a listen check.
Of course. Spot hidden. And a listen. See it on the listen.
You hear the storm getting much louder, and you hear the crack of thunder You also hear footsteps on your porch.
Well, you just stay right here with the June Doctor. I'll be right back. And I grab a gun off the wall. There's also a decent amount of the weapons aren't like super obvious. It's like she reaches under the coffee table and brings out like a rifle, like a shotgun.
Nice.
Chink. And she'll walk over to the window, kind of peek back the curtains a little bit, see what's walking up on her establishment, her building.
You see a very sorry-looking sight as three half-drowned gentlemen are standing at your door. It's kind of awkward. You're pretty sure that that's a priest, but that hat, man, it's a little wet and it's a little soaked.
Deflated.
Yeah.
Yeah, bit deflated.
I mean, it is a fur, so there's some water brushing off of it, but it's. You're like, oh.
Do I see green lightning outside when I'm looking out? Oh, I'm guessing that was not the spot. I guess that was the spot hidden. Great. All right. So.
I mean, you can push the roll. You can still push the roll. Now that you've walked out to the door and looked out of it.
Sure. Why not? We'll push the spot hidden roll.
What does that do again? It means you re-roll.
It means you re-roll. You've changed the circumstances, but there's a consequence if you fail.
Hey! Succeeded.
Hey,
All the
hard
push.
success.
I'm just gonna interrupt for a quick second. We just got a donation for $50 for the Trevor Project. Thank you very much. We all know what the $50 donation does. A legendary mythos monster will show up to fight the party.
Oh, lovely. Oh, man.
So,
I mean,
thank
I
you,
had planned.
person who donated.
I thank you quite wonderfully.
I'm just
So-
hoping that you're the first victim, whoever you are. No, but seriously, thank you so much, and on behalf of the Trevor Project, thank you very, very much for that generous donation.
So yes, Ms. Banks, there are three gentlemen standing at your door. Deputy, do you wear your silver? Obviously.
I do. I have my 10 star.
So you have a tin man standing on your doorstep, a rather wet-looking tin man, a drenched priest, and a gentleman that you're not quite sure you've ever met before.
Yeah, I grabbed that, I finger that shotgun a little more tightly as I see who was walking up to my door. I'm like, now why is a deputy here? And I will kind of crack the door open a bit. Excuse me, gentlemen, may I help you?
Oh, hi, I'm gonna take my hat off because it's a lady answering the door and thus get drenched.
She does have a very nice little, like,
Oh,
covering
okay,
over
good.
the porch.
We were on our way to the Mon, and I think, would you have perchance have seen the town's Dr. Doc Anders and Miss Chan? They were heading out to the mines before.
Dr. Miss Chan, you say?
Well, a doctor and Miss Chan. Miss Chan isn't a doctor, really.
Oh, yes, well, of course. I do know Miss Chan a bit. She is in here, inside, being treated by a doctor.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, thank him.
Well, I don't know if God had anything to do with it.
I
There's a...
suppose if you were looking for her, she isn't in any trouble now, is she?
Oh, no. Well, we were actually searching for her because God said that she might be in trouble. And that
Right.
she might need rescuing of sorts, and that's why we're here. Would you mind if I step inside?
Of course not, deputy. She'll open the door.
Thank you.
When you come inside, you see she's got this big old shotgun. It's a sawed-off shotgun.
Uh,
Oh, a lady can't be too careful these days, and she'll like uncock it.
Have you had any trouble with cattle rustlers?
Oh, not as of late, but my husband is not currently home at the moment, so a lady can't be too careful when by herself.
I understand, ma'am. We had all kinds of trouble over at the good house.
Oh, yes, I believe I've traveled out here to Four Corners with Miss Goodnight and Miss Chan. That's how we know each other, albeit briefly. Please, I'll show them to where June's all passed out and bleeding. Well, not bleeding anymore. Yeah, well, she's not anymore. The doctor took care of that.
Well, then yeah, please.
Would you like me to take care of the horses? Miss Banks, do you have a stable of some kind or
oh yes, I do. We have a stable and a coach and several horses ourselves. So.
All right. So I'll. Sorry, my cat just kind of decided to jump on. I'll take care of the horses while everyone goes inside.
Please, Miss Sullivan, will you take me to the doctor and Miss June?
And Miss Robin Banks will lead him to the guest room where June is currently with the doctor.
As you do so and go to close your door, Miss Banks, you definitely see it. That bright green lightning streaking across the sky, getting slowly closer and closer to you.
She's gonna kind of lean over to the person who's kind of going out to get the horses. You know, put the horses in the stable for sure, but I wouldn't unbridle and tack them just in case y'all have to leave in a hurry or something. That storm looks awful nasty.
Understood, ma'am. I'll keep everything situated.
She'll close the door. Like, it's the strangest looking storm I've ever seen. How about y'all?
I've never seen green lightning before.
Quite fascinating. Anyone like a cup of coffee or tea?
I would like to see Miss Chan first. And,
she's already like.
Okay, we're already okay.
Yeah.
I could go for some coffee, or if you don't, I'm inside the house. I shouldn't be wearing my hat. If you were so inclined as to, would you perchance have any whiskey about you, or in this house? If I could bother you for a glass.
A nip here or there. Put a little in your coffee for you, and she'll go out to the kitchen. Oh, anything for you, Father, Doctor?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay. And she's going to go pour a cup of coffee with a little bit of something in it for the... Actually, probably a lot of bit of something in it for the sheriff. Because she wants that sheriff relaxed and not, like, investigating her at all. And also, while she's in there, she's going to open up one of the cabinets, pull out a small pistol, hoist up her skirts, attach it to the garter belt, hilt, another one. She's like, I remember the last time I saw Green Light, and it was real bad. And so she's getting, like, armed up. And then she'll bring back the cup of coffee.
Well, the doctor and the deputy are left alone with the unconscious... Well, no, the priest is there with her. Doctor, are you going to... Well... Might want to...
You're white as a dead man, Doctor. Is everything all right?
No,
What
George.
happened?
Everything is far from all right, George. What in the hell are we dealing with here?
We're dealing with advantage for everyone, thanks to Other Doc. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you. For those that donated, send me a private message on Twitter. You have my handle here on the overlay, and I will be able to send you the 2 books by Mage Hand Press, both the Weird West Handbook and the Lovecraftian Handbook. What do you mean what we're dealing with? We've told you before, it's them creatures from hell, like demons or something.
Stop with the hell and the heaven, and we know none of that is just whatever. This is something else, George. not from anything anyone ever has seen.
I beg to differ. Apparently, Clarence here has seen something similar, and well, I
George,
think
it was a giant red blob. I mean, it grabbed June. It damn near ripped her head off.
Jesus.
We're lucky to have escaped the mines in one piece.
Is it still alive?
I mean, unless
The
it could
demon.
swallow a stick of dynamite and ingest it and have a good day with it, I don't think it is. I mean, it was just a red burst of nothing when we left. I grabbed June and we got the hell out of there. I'd be dead if she wasn't here.
I can't thank you enough, Father Doctor, for what you did. I reckon there might be other beasts like this out in the west. I mean, we haven't fully explored the whole territory. Might be that some of the Native American legends are somewhat true, and there might be things that we consider monsters lying about in the desert or the prairie, and man isn't as welcome as we thought out here in the west.
There maybe even be more in the caves.
All the more reason to blow it up on them. Did you manage to light the sticks of dynamite? Where are the explosives?
I'm assuming whatever we had left was brought back with June and I, so they're on our horses.
It's raining way too hard outside to try to light up sticks of dynamite.
Well, the horses are up in the stables now. I mean, we got here just a little bit ago before whatever all this was outside came over. But I don't know if the mine was closed up or not. I grabbed June in a hurry and we ran. This is I'm still trying to process what's going on here. I mean, part of me wants to make sure June's okay, but a part of me wants to go back to the mine, George, and fish out a bit of whatever the hell this thing is.
I agree with you. Well, I don't want to fish out that creature, but I swore an oath to protect Four Corners from any type of threat, and I don't think the town is safe for as long as these varmints are around.
I don't think anything is safe as long as these things are around.
There's nothing we can do right now. Can we? Look at that storm. Do you find that natural?
Right now, I don't consider anything natural, George. This is the most difficult thing I've had to process ever. And I've seen a lot, George. I've seen a lot of things.
Well, yeah.
We can talk about it sometime, Dr. Andrews.
This is around the time that
Yeah,
Clarence-
just about
Clarence would
comes back.
come through the door. And it's like, whew, it's coming down hotter out there. I don't know if we're going to be able to leave anytime soon with any kind of safety.
Cup of coffee?
Please, ma'am. Anything warm right now would be wonderful.
And she'll bring the very heavily spiked coffee to the deputy.
Oh, thank you. She has no idea of how tough I am.
No. Out of curiosity, Deputy, when you smell this cup of coffee with this heavily laced with whiskey, what do you do?
I'm going to look at Miss Banks in the eyes and just take the cup of coffee and just, as long as it's not too burning hot, I'm going to just down it.
Could I get you another, Mr. Deputy, sir?
If it's not too much to ask of you, Miss Banks, could I perchance just have the bottle of whiskey? I might need it.
Certainly. And she'll just go and get him the bottle.
As you're coming back,
I'll pay you a new one. I'll buy you a new one at, I'll ask Maisie for it.
Well, that's very generous of you. Thank you kindly.
as you're walking back, Miss Banks,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to roll me a spot hidden and a listen check.
Okay. Spotted. Oh, good. And listen. Oh, not as good. I see something, but I don't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Not good.
Banging on the outside of your door and on the walls. You hear something scritching and scratching along the roof of your very fine house.
Is this only Miss Banks that's hearing this?
Well,
Or just
she's
just
used
out
to
of
her
curiosity?
house. Yeah, right now. In a second you might be. And you also notice something else. You hear the sound. It sounds real odd. As you look around and you look down, there are bugs, Mrs. Banks. There are maggots and worms. And a few very large cockroaches trying to get in through your doors and through your windows.
So, seeing as how we burned the snake people with fire, I'd imagine that the Bankses would have hefty amount of Molotovs just laying around. Like, the weapons, like, oh, hold on a moment, let me reach behind this cushion here. She's just gonna start picking them up and be like, gentlemen, I believe there is something else at the door. Perhaps a coyote? Could you one of you come over and give me a hand? And she's just like, Molotov, Molotov, Molotov.
Clarence would-
And that's where we're gonna go for our break right now, Jim.
All right.
Nice.
I like how you've replaced every fire extinguisher in your house with Molotovs.
Oh, well, she
They
went
didn't
through a
have fire
lot.
extinguishers back then.
A
So
whole lot.
we'll be right back. Once again, this game today, this special episode of Go West is benefiting the Trevor Project. If you want to donate to this incredible charity that helps LGBTQ youths in need, just feel free to donate. All the panels below on Twitch are supposed to work. They'll let you know everything that you need to know about what they do. If you want to hinder us, if you want to help us, if you want to just kill our characters for charity, we are all for it, because that's what we signed up for. So we'll see you again in about 5 minutes. And we're back. So let's just go back to where we left off at the Banks Ranch. I'm just going to remind everyone that today we're playing for charity. We're playing to benefit the Trevor Project. So any donation that we receive, whether it be through subs, through monetary donations, or even bits, everything will benefit this wonderful charity that helps LGBTQ youth in need. Take it away, Keeper.
As Mrs. Banks.
One of you gentlemen come help me.
Yeah, so I would have Clarence last I said was it's like, I'll borrow them, Miss Banks.
Clarence, you come around the corner and you see Mrs. Banks pulling bottles with rags stuffed in them, like 5 or 6 of them, out of the everywhere.
Are we expecting guests?
Oh, I think we have unexpected company at the front door, so potentially get ready to have a bit of a brawl per se. It does not sound friendly. Would you just take a peek for me? I'm just gonna get to like the other side of the couch so I can duck behind something. Just kick like the coffee table over for cover. Or there's another shotgun underneath it. It's just like.
Yeah, Clarence is gonna like sling up his shotgun. So it's a full. That's my table falls over. It's a full arm or full 2-handed shotgun. All right, I'll take a look. I'll actually listen at the door first to see if I hear anything.
There's some curtains.
Go ahead and listen for me then.
Okay. Yeah. I remember that the last thing I encountered definitely dealt with sight. And once you saw it, oh man. All right. Well, that didn't work. So I'm gonna.
The sound of the storm is real loud.
Yeah,
you can't hear anything except the lightning streaking across.
So I'll listen to the door, realize the storm's is too loud, can't hear nothing, and I'll go and peek through if there's like a keyhole.
There's some gentle, lacy wafting curtains next to it.
Yeah, so I'll like gently draw this aside with my shotgun and peek out. Do I see anything?
It's hard to see. It's dark. It's real dark.
Like unnaturally dark?
Extremely. You're used to a storm and how much it blots out the sun. But this, Mr. Williams, is something else. Something that you remember. It seems very, very similar to that. And as you're looking out that curtain, struggling to see in the darkness, there doesn't seem to be anything there. But then you feel something crawling across your foot. And you look down, and you see a number of maggots and worms coming through underneath the door. Mrs. Banks.
I would step back.
You see these bugs coming through your door, through your house. You hear on your roof something moving and skittering. And you see Mr. Williams literally white-faced stepping away from your door.
I
See
would
something, Mr. Williams?
I would shout out to the priest. Priest, you better begin your praying.
I believe we
And,
have some unexpected company of the unpleasant nature.
Deputy, we may need your help here. There is
Oh.
an unnatural darkness outside.
I don't
Smooth it.
think I can shoo away the darkness, but I'll see what I can do.
It's mostly if the darkness just happens to come inside us, I think, is what we'll need you for.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've seen this before.
Doctor, I need
really?
you to make me a Lickerson check.
I'm gonna cock my pistol.
Oh, I've got like
Gotta listen.
my pistols cocked, shotgun cocked. I'm behind a coffee table.
Yeah.
That is a fail.
So yeah, Mr. Williams, you said you've seen this before?
The darkness. You had mentioned that it seemed familiar to.
Oh yes, very familiar. Even as the green crackles against the sky, the only light you can see for miles.
Yeah. So Williams would join Miss Lindy. Sorry, Miss Banks. Behind the table and say, so what are in these bottles here?
Oh, just very high potent moonshine. They're Molotov cocktails, you could say.
Moonshine, you say?
Yeah, don't drink it.
Oh, I was might attempting. I'm not gonna lie. The last time I faced off something in this kind of darkness, it was quite unsettling.
Well, the last time I faced something quite unsettling, we burned it all and it worked, so that's why I have so many about my house.
I understand. Yeah, we ended up using my trusted shotgun here. Yeah. So I guess what's the situation in terms of, do we still see the crawling bugs at the door?
Yes. They're coming in through the gaps in the windows,
Mm.
in other rooms now. Deputy, you feel one fall down the back of your coat.
Oh,
A small wiggling worm.
Miss Banks, I think you should hire a cleaning person.
But the bugs are a very recent issue, as in within the last 5 minutes or so. I believe that it is quite unnatural.
I think I'm gonna follow Robin's thing, and I'm gonna start buttoning up my coat, put my hat back on. I don't think I can. I don't think my revolver is gonna be much use shooting down cockroaches.
Oh, it's not the cockroaches that I'm worried about. I'm worried there's something else potentially out there that really likes cockroaches.
Chickens.
Oh, if only. If only. I would be mighty happy to see just a simple chicken right about now. Can help with all these bugs. And she's just, whenever one comes near her, she's just squishing it. Squash, 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 squash.
Yeah.
Dr.
I feel like
Anders, where
parents
did
do
you
the same.
leave the dynamite again?
On the horse in the stable.
How far away are the stables, Miss Banks?
I got a real question for you, Doctor. Did you have the dynamite with you? I need you to roll that luck roll.
Oh man.
Hey!
You did have the dynamite with you.
Skin of your teeth.
Not even
You
worried.
had it. You had it on the horse, and you're pretty sure you had it on June's horse. But I don't believe you ever took. Well, you didn't take the horses to the stable before it started to rain.
Well, fuck the dynamite.
Now, I do know Father and Deputy and Doctor, you were describing to Mr. Williams a creature that you saw, and he was describing some experience that he had.
Which weren't the same.
But no, they were not. They were not the same at all. But there's something odd. Doctor, I need you to roll me a psychology check on Mrs. Banks.
Oh shit.
Can I try?
You can try.
Because I have like some pretty good psychology.
Yep, you do. You can.
Can I roll as well?
Yes, everybody can roll. Everybody can roll psychology on Mrs. Banks.
We're
And
all.
fail
We are gonna fail.
fabulous.
Oh,
Oh,
But
Father.
the doctor or the priest here with 85.
the father is staring at Mrs. Banks, noticing her discomfort in the situation. Movement to defend herself in any way, shape, or form. Father, you feel a tickling in the back of your head. She's seen. And she knows. But you need her to tell you.
Miss Banks, perhaps there is something you want to tell us about this.
about bugs coming into my house? 'Cause this is the first time that's happened since construction took place.
What about something odd from your past?
Just gonna kind of like look at him, like, does he know? And then she's like, we get a long look before she goes, well, I do believe I've encountered a terrible storm with green lightning before, and nothing good came out of that at all. And that was the last time I saw Miss June, and now she's on my doorstep again, and, well, there's just another storm with green lightning, and that does not make my day.
What happened the last time the green storm was near you?
Well, you're not going to believe me, but we may not make it out of this if it's anything like the last time, so I might as well tell you. There was some lizard-looking people, and they was doing some crazy stuff at a church, and, oh, goodness. They were trying to sacrifice some people, and... Oh, one of them tried to take control of my husband, and I did not like that one bit. Put an end to that real quick. Bullets and bullets and bullets straight into him, and you know what? Hardly anything worked against him. We managed to escape by burning the place down and barely defeating him.
Mr. Williams, that sounds right familiar for you.
Indeed. I recall them to be similar to a snake. Snake.
Yeah, haven't been to church since.
Yeah, also at the church, there was a toll of bells that rang across, that drew everyone in, and then it was just the five of us. It was quite strange. But yes, we also barely made it out alive. They were trying to take, actually, Deidre, I don't remember something.
They were trying to capture one great Ribaldo, an
That's
enchanter
right.
and mesmerist by trade.
That's right. Yes, Wandering Enchanter. And performer, really.
They were just trying to take our stagecoach driver, and I mean, we left him there. We couldn't save him. We just took the coach and rode off. Continued. We were getting out of there
I
fast.
understand.
Mrs. Banks, unfortunately, I need you to make me a dodge roll.
Oh, a dodge roll. Alrighty. Dodge roll. Oh, that is a big old syntax error. I will roll a dex.
Yeah.
Hard success. That would be a dodge success.
Yes, that is a dodge success. As, well, unfortunately, Mrs. Banks, the creeping, crawling of the, bugs is no longer your main problem as a rodent falls from your sky.
Rodent.
But it's not a rodent well, I think it might be a rat, but it doesn't look natural. It has no hair. Its nose is shortened. There seems to be maybe a skin condition as it writhes across your floor. And it goes straight after falling from you towards the priest.
Would I have a moment to be able to shoot it with my shotgun since I'm like ready?
With your shotgun? Can I shoot it with a pistol? Please.
You got a second to shoot it with one thing. Your choice on what you're shooting it with.
Shoot it.
I'm shooting with my bloody shotgun.
We'll pay for the floors. It's okay.
I'll
I'm
pay
going
for
to
it.
tell you now.
Newly installed.
Floors can be replaced. The priest legs
That's
can't.
very true. Very true. Fine. I just demand reparations for all this. You brought this to my doorstep, and I was living my half time right here.
I mean, I could use my rifle if that makes it.
No, go shoot away.
Fire. You get to fire.
Paying for it.
All right. Well, that fails.
Yeah, but he doesn't dodge all the way either. But you failed. You have the shot goes off, and you see the little rat-like thing, and you look at it, and you're looking at it, and you see that its face is more humanoid
Oh no.
than rat-like.
Rats in the walls. Rats in the walls.
And I need you, Mr. Williams, to roll me a sanity check.
Oh, fuck.
And I need the deputy, the doctor, and Mrs. Banks to roll me dodge rolls as 3 more rats come flying out of the rooftops.
Oh my goodness.
The rafters.
Rafted.
So I rolled green on sanity. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Fudge. I mean, my sanity roll is not that great, regardless. Yep. I
Found my
might.
dodge.
Yeah.
Should I
Well,
spend
you're
the luck
very
points?
lucky, Mr.
Oh wait.
You only lose 4 sanity, Mr. Williams.
Well, I mean, all right. Question to the folks as a player: should I save my luck points for this, or save my luck points for something else, or use it on this? It's not too bad. Only 6 points.
That- Your choice.
It would be 8 points.
Yeah, you have to bring it down to a 44.
But
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
sorry.
what's your luck right now? Like if we're talking
Fi-
pure
58.
meta.
58.
Oh, thank you, Jorian Drake, for I'd say use your luck for the donation. And
All right.
they were giving advantage, I think, to the keeper. 1 advantage to Lindy and 1 advantage to the keeper.
Protecting the ladies.
Of course. They're the ones you need to protect. So you want to
Yeah,
spend
right.
the luck, you can. If you choose to spend the luck.
All right, I
Um,
did.
However, let's see. Lindy, you succeed. Doctor, you fail, and Deputy, you fail.
I failed, yep.
And you feel these things bite down on you. And you're both going to only take 1 damage at the moment,
All right.
but they are holding on with their little teeth and swatting at you.
You little shit.
You can feel them almost in your head, pushing at you, pushing against your mind. I need you to make me a sanity check, gentlemen.
What, me as well? Oh no. Just before I roll my sanity, I'll remind our donors that if you can please send me a message on Twitter, a private message, and I will be able to give you your copy of the Weird West and the Lovecraftian Handbook by Mage Hand Press.
That's a hard deal.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna succeed. Yeah, hard success on sanity.
You lose no sanity at the moment, sir, but Doctor, you lose another 3.
Just to
Okay,
spite them, I adopted.
I want to use my resilient and spend the 3 luck and not lose the sanity.
You can do that.
Okay.
You can do that. But looking around this room, gentlemen, you see more. 8, 10. And you see something else. while you were distracted with these things falling on you and falling from the sky, the door had opened.
Oh no.
And coming through that door, Mrs. Banks
Bust out the
and
shotgun.
Mr. Williams, you see a mass that you have seen before of writhing, moving bugs and maggots and worms
Oh, like the nut.
taking itself
Hey.
into a humanoid form.
This?
And you see a face in that form. A face that, Mrs. Banks, you do not recognize. Mr. Williams, you do.
Who is
You
it?
see the face of one Silas Farley.
Oh.
I've heard that name before.
You have indeed.
And for player recollection, can you remind me exactly Silas Farley?
Silas Farley is the ranch hand, the foreman from one Theodore Bradford.
Right.
Gentleman.
Okay.
And you see him starting to move towards you in a kind of lumbering, slow creeping way as the maggots and worms and cockroaches and beetles kind of move through the form and move wiggling towards you.
Would I be
He
able to
reached
grab-
out a hand.
Oh, fuck. I was gonna say, would I be able to grab a Molotov and not get it, Silas, and light it and throw it at him before he gets to me?
He's not coming for you, unfortunately,
Wow.
because
Well, either way.
you can definitely try, but he's reaching out a hand towards the priest.
Oh.
No, he's not.
So do you have a throw, sir, or you're fighting brawl? One of those two actions is what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I would say fighting brawl would be it's slightly higher, but I don't really have a lot in either of those really.
Well,
But hey, when faced with imminent danger and horrors, you try your best. Okay.
you do have advantages, sir.
Yeah. Do I have multiple? So I can use multiple.
You have 2 advantages. You could bump it up to like a +2. Meaning when you roll, you click on the gray button, and you look at the +2 line.
I think I succeeded.
You did. You did indeed succeed.
Haha!
The Molotov explodes against this creature. I need you to roll me 3d6.
One
This
thing
fire is
relatively
working mighty
last
well,
time-
Miss Banks.
That's the one thing I learned from last time is bullets didn't seem to do a whole lot of good, but fire sure as hell did.
You said 3d6?
3d6.
13 damage. Ooh, that's
You hear a
moderate.
scream. You all hear this scream crawling through your brains and crawling through your heads. I need the deputy, the doctor, and the priest to roll me sanity checks as this
What is
ride
going on?
of worm and
Excellent talk.
maggots and beetles all are on fire.
Can I use an advantage on sanity roll?
Yes, you can't luck a sanity, but you can advantage a sanity.
Hard success. Yes.
I
Oh,
don't
That's
think
not good.
I don't think it's gonna be worth it to use my advantage since I rolled a 99.
If you failed, gentlemen, you're going to take 10 sanity loss.
oh wow.
Oh boy.
That is
if you
20% of my current sanity.
Succeeded, doctor, you're going to take 6 sanity. You don't have to spend it. You don't have to use it on all of it if you choose to.
That's what I'm contemplating here. I think I'll spend 1 on my luck and then just take the 5.
Well, deputy, with that 10 sanity loss,
Mm-hmm.
George Brooke isn't in control anymore.
Oh no.
Someone else is. And he's a lot more
The kitty's got control. Sorry.
he's a lot more targeted. And he's nowhere near as nice. Like to done shoot folk in the back, maybe.
What?
Me?
George
Well-
would never.
Some people might say that he shot a man in the back.
So, wait, for context,
But
George is like, kind of shakes his head after that scream and seems like maybe somewhat different.
oh, he's extremely different. He's not affable. He's a lot more violently oriented. And
I'm Evil George. Howdy, partner.
Hello, Batman.
he definitely has a gun trained on what's currently on fire and unfortunately messing up Mrs. Banks' wooden floors.
Yeah, well,
Father, you hear the voice of God speak in your ear again.
Come on, save me. Just lift me up.
This is one of my enemies. Banish it from this realm. But beware. It's not the only one. And I need everyone to make me a listen check.
Oh, okay.
I'm a bad person, Father. I need to be spanked.
Ooh!
That's your-
High alert for Miss Banks.
I'm going to
Okay.
use my advantage on this one. And fail it anyway. Yes!
I spent 5 luck to get that spot listen, or that listen.
Mm-hmm.
What my wife hears.
Everyone who passed with a success, you start to hear chittering sound. No, it doesn't sound like the rats, although you do hear them. There are more of them falling on the room, coming towards the doctor in the room.
It's gonna be so bad.
But you hear also something else. It sounds like children and Mrs. Banks. You hear a drifting, howling, chittering sound. It sounds like children laughing in springtime, but it sounds wrong. And it's coming from behind you.
Oh, well, I'm gonna get on the other side of the coffee table. Since that thing seems pretty focused on the priest, I'ma just grab some Molotovs, like, leg up over the coffee table facing the other direction, because she never liked kids anyway, so.
There's nothing there. You can't see nothing, but you can hear it getting closer and closer. And I need Mr. Williams and the deputy to both make me dodge rolls.
Well, man.
I still have an advantage, so
I'm gonna
You do.
use. I have one more, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Should I use it? Yeah. Woo!
Woo-hoo-hoo.
That's beautiful.
That is a beautiful success. And
hard
a hard
success.
success. Both of you dodge out of the way of something coming at you. You can't see it, but
With
you
an
felt it
extreme
past the...
success, would I be able to react and like shoot it?
You can shoot at nothing. You can't see anything. There's darkness.
My gun goes
Nothing.
off.
Yeah, I
Your gun
think
goes
Robin's
off.
gonna try to shoot at it with one of her pistols too. Be like, I don't see it, but I don't like it. Mm-mm. And she's
You
gonna
can
aim
make
it like kid height.
You can both make a disadvantage attack.
Okay.
It'll be
Uh,
like a -2. Attack.
So I roll a gray and then take the.
You take the -2 one.
Got it.
I'll just roll twice.
Success.
Can I or am I controlled?
You dodged out of the way of something. You felt the air pass you by, and you are a violent man, sir. You can do whatever you choose to do. You both strike at something that's not Mrs. Banks's wall,
Any kind of
fire
like
at that.
liquid or thing that spills out or anything like that to show signs. It just
No, you didn't roll the. Oh, you guys didn't roll the.
I rolled the disadvantage and I succeeded regardless.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's like you didn't roll the one in the weapons section. You rolled the other one, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I probably did.
Because there's no damage rolls.
Oh.
Just roll it. We can take it for whatever the damage is.
So the scattergun is 46, so I'll do that.
Yeah. So roll 46.
Am I close enough to fan the hammer at this thing?
Possibly.
All right,
Yes,
so
you are.
12
Nine.
damage.
Mm-hmm.
Failure.
No.
Failure.
Yep. You shot off 3 shots, and it goes off into the wall. And you see them bounce off the wall and the stucco and the real nice adobe finish that's on Mrs. Banks's wall in her main room. That's gonna leave a mark. But Mr. Williams and Mrs. Banks, you do hit something,
Okay.
but you don't see anything. You don't see anything at all.
Man.
Doctor, you see these folk firing at something that they can't see.
Would I be able to take one of those Molotovs now that I've shot it? And I'm like, well, we're gonna fucking go out. We're gonna go out with fire. And I'm gonna try to light another.
And burn her house down.
Yeah, just gonna,
At least
Sorry
it's
for
raining
your
real
range.
hard.
it is raining real hard, but it's invisible, so I figured the fire would lick up on it and maybe be able to see it.
Now
Now
while
that I
that's
confirm
happening,
something's there.
go right ahead. You can do that. I just
Okay.
need the. I just need the.
Oh, man.
There we go. That's what I need. I need the priest to start.
Running?
Well, I need you to make me another dodge roll, sir.
And I have no more advantages, right?
Hey, hard success.
You manage to
Good job.
dodge the rats as they come down off you. You miss this time with the Molotov cocktail, Mr. Williams.
Saw
and
Miss Banks. Did it have the
doesn't
left
break.
hand? It doesn't break?
It doesn't break.
Oh,
That's
So you just have a lit bottle laying on the floor now?
that's better
Yeah.
than
that's better than,
Oh.
that's better than the liquid being
Yeah.
right across.
Until it becomes a grenade and we've got
Yeah,
glass
it's basically a
shrapnel.
grenade. Yeah.
for the
Yes, it
grenade.
is. But I do also have Mrs. Banks. I need you to make me a dodge roll.
Oh, again?
Mr. Williams, I need you to make me a dodge roll
Oh boy.
as the creeping thing that's walking up behind you is still on fire, and it's a lot closer now.
Oh, I thought that was walking towards the priest.
And so as all this
Well-
is going on, and I see them shooting at nothing, and then
Yep.
I see Clarence throw the
Spin a point
Molotov
of luck.
that has not broken and hit the floor now. Can I grab June? I'm gonna grab June and try and rush her off.
Okay. I mean, she's still in the bedroom.
Oh, I thought she was in the living room with the rest. Okay, so she's in
No.
a separate room. Okay.
June is in here. Y'all are spread yourselves out here.
Okay.
Oh wait. I ran the map.
So
now.
y'all are over here, and June is in here. Now,
Gotcha.
Lindy spends the point of luck to succeed on the dodge,
Oh, yes.
1
point. Spinning it.
which is fine. And
And I succeeded. with
Williams succeeds as well. You're only going to take 2 fire damage as this bright flaming thing has walked up behind you on fire, reaching for the priest. Father, I need you to make me a powers check. An opposed powers check, technically.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Out willpower the creature from the abyss.
Oh, it's not that hard. Don't worry, I've done it before.
Don't worry, I'll pray very hard.
Woo!
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
That
But it's okay. You
Ooh.
succeed better than it.
hard success. Good job.
But you succeeded better than him.
way better. 100, yeah.
The power
got
of
the-
Christ compels you. Stay back.
And you felt this thing reaching for your mind, sir, to kind of overwhelm it, and you shake it off, and your faith in God, your belief in God that this is an abomination sent from hell to destroy his champion overwhelms this power, but you feel it still reaching for you, attempting to get to you. Mr. Deputy and Mr. Williams. Well, Deputy, unfortunately, you still have a rat gnawing on you.
Ah, shoot!
And you're gonna take another point of damage.
I'm dead.
Are you?
No, I'm not. We're playing Pulp. Regular Cthulhu, I would be almost dead.
I think I was like doing math. I wasn't there. Doctor, you're also gonna take another point of damage because you still haven't gotten rid of that rat that's attached to you. I need.
Can I try to shoot it off?
The one attached to you?
Like, where is it on me?
Yeah, please, the one attached to
It's on
you.
the ceiling and it's kind of like attached to your shoulder.
So I could just put my gun up here and shoot it.
You can.
Yourself.
Huh? No, I just.
Just end it all,
Hold on,
man.
let me shoot it.
You can't kill me if I kill myself first. No. Wait, I want to be able to. So yeah, if he's like gnawing on my shoulder, I'll just shove the cannon right in its face and press the trigger.
Yeah.
Do I need to roll?
George is gonna pierce his ear.
No, you kind of do because you have to see if you roll for a malfunction, but you can roll the with point blank, which gives you an automatic advantage.
Okay.
Never mind the fact you're firing a firearm right next to your ear.
I know. And what the fuck, man? Wow.
Wait.
You wanna push this roll, sir?
Wait, No, I'm going to fail, and probably that my failure is going to be like I'm not too sure. I get scared and I give up. I'm not gonna attack it. I'm gonna leave it on me. Well,
no, you can't get scared, sir. You can't get scared right now.
No, but I mean I'll ignore the tiny gnawing. Like it's not problematic enough for me to
Just fan the hammer at it.
No.
holding the revolver backwards and just going.
All right, Mrs. Banks.
Yes.
This thing noticing that's full of worms and creepy things. Noticing that the priest is not currently reachable, decides that you're a lot closer,
Oh,
and I need you to make me a powers check.
powers check. I'm gonna use one of my advantages.
Alrighty.
Cross that one off.
All right. Oh no, that's Deidre.
Are you rooting for the keeper?
This is bad.
Your mind,
Ouch.
madam, is no longer your own.
Nope.
You feel this thing, it's still on fire and it's still taking damage, but you feel it overwhelm you, and you feel a compulsion. You turn that gun on Mr. Williams.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Williams done lit him on fire, and he's not happy about that.
All right. So, cue Mr. Williams.
Yes, uh-huh.
All right.
Is that happening right now?
Yes, it is. Would you like to make a dodge roll?
Like, I'm gonna. She's thinking, like, somewhere in the tiny back of her head is. So this is how Ezekiel felt.
Yeah. Okay.
Wish he was here now. Snap
Uh-huh.
me out of this. All right. So, yep.
I'm making a dodge roll.
You are making a dodge roll. But she misses. And she's firing, and you feel...
Oh, nice. I
You
succeeded as
succeed
well.
on your dodge, you get out of the way, you move yourself out of the way as you go to fire. With the firing happening, you see the brat...
Sorry to... Go ahead.
You see, just as you go to fire, Lindy, you're fighting whatever this is. You know what's happening to you, but you can't stop yourself.
Would I be able to, like, swat the barrel down and just give her a sharp smack in the face. Get a hold of yourself, woman.
Yes, because I love it. Roll me a luck roll.
Oh, all right. Oh boy.
No, Lindy.
Oh,
Lindy.
you rolled
oh,
your luck roll.
Lindy
Okay.
is roll me luck. You do this act.
Success.
Woo! Yeah.
Yes,
I love it.
yes, you are very. And as you feel this slap across the face, you are knocked out of it for now, but you still feel it in the back of your mind trying to get to you. And also, you're kind of angry that this gentleman done slapped you across the face.
Slapped me across the face.
I'm sorry, Miss Banks, but you shot at me.
You best destroy that thing before I try to do it again.
How many things are in here? The Silas, the invisible creature, and then the rats.
Yeah.
And the rats.
And Silas is on fire.
Silas is a pile of maggots and worms on fire.
Yes.
Actually, Lindy, roll me 3d6 again.
Yes, blam. 11.
As you feel in the back of your mind a sharp, agonizing scream of pain as the, form of Silas Farley collapses.
Oh yeah.
And you see a number of maggots shrivel and things begin to worm together and just burn in place. It's burning your floor, but it's not currently lit the floor on fire.
That's I can once I'm sure it ain't wriggling no more. I got plenty of rugs in here I can smother. So
Doctor, Deputy, I need you both to make me a dodge roll
All right.
at well, no, I'll be kind.
Well, even if it's at disadvantage, I got an extreme success.
Yeah, no, even at disadvantage, you're fine. You both succeed on your dodge. Deputy, with your extreme success, you get a glint out of the corner of your eye. Red. Ropey tentacles striking by you, trying to reach out for you.
Piece of shit.
You have a vague chance right now of shooting it.
I know thereabouts where it is, right? From where it struck.
Yes, you do.
Do I have a Molotov nearby?
there's that unbroken one burning right next to it.
There's an unbroken Molotov cocktail about 3 feet from you, currently burning.
I'm going to rush up to the creature where it is, grab the Molotov, and melee attack it, smash it on itself. On it.
Oh, yeah!
I can't afford to miss, so I need to make sure.
That sounds so badass. Like, oh, there's this burning Molotov.
Oh, also, I do it with my left hand, not my pistol firing hand.
Smart, just in case.
Because I know Doc Enders is gonna patch me up, but I don't want to take a chance.
You've got a minute, maybe, as you see a glint of something red out of the corner of your eye.
Because I recall it was big enough of a creature. It's not a very small target.
Nope.
So from where I saw the tentacles go in, I can just take the bottle and rush up and just smash it to pieces and burn.
Mm-hmm.
Burn, you varmint! Do I have to roll a thing? I have to roll a thing, right?
I need you to roll me 3d6.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's pretty, sure.
Yeah, for both the.
Shut up. That's a 14!
That's a 14. Also, sir, you're gonna take 15 as you shatter the bottle on this creature and light it on fire.
What's the rule for major wound?
Critical wound?
Yeah.
Is it half your health?
That I lost in one attack?
Yes.
That was half my remaining health, yeah. So I am majorly wounded.
You are critically wounded.
I'm on fire! Fuck! Gosh darn it! It went better in my mind!
You're on fire. There is glass in your hand.
It was
and
incredibly cinematic.
It was. It is also an advantage right now because now this thing is on fire. But you are in major pain, sir, and any attacks you make are going to be at disadvantage for that critical wound.
Dr. Andrews, this man is on fire. Do something.
So wait, do I have...
Throw another Molotov at him.
Well, I think, yeah. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to look at Doc Enders and at Makarov and say, y'all get June to safety now, you hear? And I'll grab another Molotov nearby and I'll smash it on the creature.
What?
Are you going out in a blaze of glory?
I'm going out in a blaze of glory.
Or do you want to try and do you have enough to save yourself from this?
I might be able to save myself from it, but the George's goal right now is to get June out, and
That's a good
I
goal
want
have.
to kill it.
And you do want to kill it. You are a violent individual. Mr. Williams, Mr. Banks, Doctor, you all hear this shout from the deputy about getting June out and to run. Doctor, you hear this shout about your patient, but there's a body of the creature in front of you.
Piece of shit, Anders, run! What are you doing?
To be dissected. So,
I'll yell to Father Boris. Father, go get June. She's in the bedroom, and I'll point in the direction we put June in and direct him towards that. And I'll draw my knife, and I want to, I guess, scoop up a bit of whatever's left of Mr. Silas. And
burning bugs at this point. Mostly. There's an appearance of something underneath it.
so I'm gonna try to get that if it's not burning and put it into a handkerchief and put away.
You can pull up a couple pieces of charred nastiness. There are definitely some dead bugs in that.
Now, is George actually on fire, or?
I'm pretty much on fire at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll tuck that away and and take off my duster, and I'll rush over to George and try and smother the flames.
You're gonna smother the flames. You're a doctor. And you'll smother and flame from a Molotov cocktail that you just saw. Roll me a first aid.
Scream.
The doctor is very good at his job. He's very good at putting this out very quickly, and he's staunching some of the worst of the damage. Deputy, you get to add that 1 hit point for successful first aid.
Cool. But then I smash another Molotov on the creature.
1 second, sir. 1 second. Mr. Williams, Miss Banks, Father, what are you doing when you hear this shout to get out?
I'm going for June.
I would say I would probably collect as much as I could, and I'd probably say, Miss Banks, it may be best that we start moving.
Well, I am of like mind on that one. Why don't you take a little peek outside and tell me how it looks? Is the coast clear? Can we get to the stables? Because if I can't get to the stables, I ain't leaving this house.
So on that point, actually, what does it look like? Is there an opening that I can rush to, a window, a door?
Well, there's multiple.
The door is open.
Yeah.
Oh, the door is open. And through that door, the stables are to the left of the door or something like that?
You can't see them.
Oh.
All you see is black. and occasional strikes of green lightning. All you see is black.
Well, like I said earlier, Mrs. Banks, there's an unnatural darkness outside.
All right, well, if you are inclined to step outside there, why don't you yell back to me and tell me how it is? And I'm going to take a shot at this thing that's on fire. With my shotgun, by the way.
Yep. So
Doesn't
you can
that
fire at the
scatter?
shotgun. Yeah.
I hope you're a damn good shot, Miss Banks. Ow,
Oh,
burning,
I am.
ow.
Quite a good shot. And she'll kind of be like walking at an angle so that she's less inclined to hit the deputy.
Both the doctor and the deputy.
Yeah, she's trying not to hit them, but at this point, she got a fight of herself.
I shot the monster,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't
did
shoot.
not shoot the deputy. And I'm gonna use an advantage on this.
Good.
Good. All right. Shotgun. Shotgun. Hard success.
Nice.
You fire. You hit this creature.
Weapons.
You hear pellets strike it.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me those 4d6.
Alrighty.
Doctor and deputy.
Thank you, Twinite, for the $12 donation.
Yay.
I believe $12 is an advantage to each one of us.
Yay!
As
I
before, all donations go to the Trevor Project. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Reach out to me by private message on Twitter, Thuanite, so I can get you your copy of the Weird West Handbook and the Lovecraftian Handbook by Mage Hand Press.
As you fire at this creature, Mrs. Banks,
Mm-hmm.
you still on flame. That's all you can really see is the flame. There's nothing
Flame.
else.
That's what I'm aiming for. If it's on
Red.
fire.
You hear something in your mind.
Oh no.
You hear it screaming in your mind. And then the fire goes out. And everything is gone. The rats are gone. All that's left are all of you in this room. There's darkness. And smoke from the burning. George is definitely rather banged up.
It's just
The
a flesh
remains of
wound.
Silas, Farley are gone. You see a giant streak of green lightning across the sky. I need all of you to make me a powers check.
Oh boy. I'm gonna use an advantage on this one.
I will as well.
Yeah, I think I'll use
Yeah.
that advantage.
Well,
So roll the gray one, Lindy, and take the +2.
Okay, cool.
This makes it easier.
Let me remove all the advantages I just added to the overlay.
Hard success.
Hard success.
Hard success.
oh yeah. So is on the overlay is are those like
All the sheriff stars are the advantages.
got it.
By the way, Doctor, you still have one from last game.
Ah, fail.
What do?
Also, by the way, Deputy, I'm sorry I did not get a chance to say this. You were going to take this powers check at a disadvantage anyways, so yes, you were going to fail.
There was no chance for me that I could succeed in that.
Nope.
Oh, wait.
No, you did
How
succeed.
many disadvantages? 1, 2?
You were going to take this powers check at disadvantage. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
Oh. So that could be my 79. I could spend 29 luck points to succeed. Right?
Do you want to?
Well, no, okay, 29 would be like all of my luck left, so no.
I think so.
I want to spend luck on mine.
Where are you, sir? How much luck do you want to spend on that 96 to get down to a 45?
And not that much. I'll fail.
You hear silence and darkness. The deputy and the priest collapse on the floor.
Nice.
Nope. And I just get reload the shotgun. I'm looking at the spot on the floor. Robin's kind of doing without leaving the immediate area. She's doing a sweep of her house, kind of.
I will, I guess, hold the fort with Molotovs there. I'll have one
I'd like
lit.
to shut the front door.
So as you're doing your sweep, you're shutting the door.
Oh yes,
Okay.
Shut the front door.
Is the darkness still out there? As she's shutting it, I look out to see if I can see any further.
You can't see beyond the porch of her house.
Okay.
I don't like fancy walking around in that.
Yeah.
There's 6 bolts on her door. It's chink the chain. Oh.
Yeah. So I'd probably Clarence would position himself, having been in the war, where he could protect the squad as a whole. So we're all in this main room here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're all about here. Yeah.
And did June get moved over to there as well? So we're all
she's
central
still
there.
in the bedroom. She's still in the bedroom. You guys hadn't gotten to her yet.
Damn it! I thought someone got to her.
Damn it! Preacher's passed out in the hallway on the way to get her.
Yeah, it's Preacher's out in the middle somewhere.
Preacher's collapsed in the hallway. The deputies collapsed. So for your reference on the map, the deputies collapsed about here.
Okay.
The preacher is about here. The doctor, well, you're standing close to the deputy when he collapsed because you were standing near to him.
Yeah, I was putting him on.
Would I be able to rush? Would I be able to rush to get June and move her onto the couch or whatever?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put everyone in the same place.
Guess I'll drag the unconscious deputy here, but I'm gonna put him on the other side of the table as me, because if he wakes up and starts doing some weird bug stuff, I'll be ready to shoot him. I don't want any of these people able to grab me, and so she's not lifting by the thing. She's grabbing him by the back of the coat collar and dragging that way.
I'll help Robin put him up.
Hey, wait, is the rat still on me?
Nope.
No, all that's gone.
Okay, just checking.
Everything is gone.
Now there's still burn marks on the floor from where we did the Molotovs and stuff.
There are still burn marks on the floor, but there are no creatures.
Oh, I do not like this.
Yes,
Father,
why did you all come to my house again?
It was raining.
Yeah.
You're unconscious.
Miss June told me to come here, so.
It was raining mighty
So
hard
you're
for
gonna
us.
reimburse me for this hardwood floor, all right? Good to know. Good to know. And stain sheets and towels. I'm just tallying up a list.
Father,
Invoice later.
Yep.
when you collapse on the ground, it's not Mrs. Banks' fine ranch house that you see in front of you.
Come on, white clouds.
You see a desert opening up, a vast, empty desert. You see a streak of green lightning strike the middle of this desert. And when it's left, you see a figure. You can't quite make out what it is, but it's walking towards you. But it doesn't look like anything you've ever seen before. Doesn't look natural. You glance to your left, and lying there next to you is the deputy. But he can't do anything. He's just staring at this figure, approaching and walking forward. And as you watch, you go to talk, you go to move, you go to do anything, and you can't. You can just watch. As this figure walks up to the deputy, you can see it now. You might call it human, if you was being generous. But that tail that falls behind it, and the giant head of a cobra spanning of a gentleman standing taller than 6 feet, taller than 7 feet. There's a large bone and jewel encrusted collar moving around your throat. And he reaches down a hand to the deputy, presses his hand to the deputy's heart. And you see him, this hand doesn't look human. It's a large, but it's got fewer fingers than you're used to. 4, in fact. And you see it leave a mark in the middle of the deputy's chest. I need you to roll me a sanity check, Father.
Okay.
Oof.
That's a pass, right?
No, it's not. I'm real sorry, Father. This is gonna hurt a lot.
Uh-oh.
Actually. You only lose 14.
Oof.
As the figure turns to look at you, grins, and you see fangs dripping down its chin. And he says, "This one's mine now. He'll always be mine now. But you will be mine soon enough." And you jolt awake on the floor of Mrs. Banks's house.
If he like jolts awake, there's like a shotgun pointed right at his head.
The deputy is still unconscious, but the priest is awake.
How you feeling there, Father?
You won't believe what just happened.
Oh, I'm ready to believe about an awful lot of things after what we all just witnessed.
Where did George get marked?
In the middle of his chest.
You're on you guys are on one side of the coffee table. I'm on the other with a gun pointed.
Yeah. I've got June basically we've got kind of like a little fortress in this room that we've built. Everything's knocked down. We're inside. Those that were unconscious are on the outside.
You've barricaded yourself in with June.
Yes.
Yeah.
Check the deputy's chest.
Ooh, how about you unbutton that for me right there, Mr. Preachman? My hands are a bit full right now. I'm not inclined to unfill them.
Sexy music starts playing and I unbutton his shirt.
I get my harmonica out and I harmonica a sexy song.
No.
Yeah.
So what are you looking for, Father?
The mark?
All you see is burn marks, where the gentleman smashed a large Molotov cocktail onto a creature.
I could have swore, and when I was knocked out, I could have swore that they had marked him right here on his chest. Clear as day.
What now?
Giant snake man with a tail touched him, said he was his, and that I was next.
Really now? Well, isn't that a fantastically hilarious story? We got a couple options here, gentlemen. We could put Mr. Deputy Man out of his misery before he wakes up, potentially as some kind of lizard man slave, and try to murder us all. And I don't know, Father, you can go repent or something, but either way, I would prefer for neither of y'all two to ever come back to my property. Just, matter of fact, bad prior experiences with snake people and all that.
We can't execute the man for something he has not done. Perhaps it was a bad vision. The monster's playing a trick on me to get us to do this very thing.
All right, well, we're waiting here till he wakes up. And if he wakes up and looks like he's somewhat snake-like or wants to murder us, I am not holding back, just so you know.
Perhaps we should tie him up.
I can help with that.
Here's some rope.
All right, so
Yeah.
I
From
tie
under the
up
couch cushion.
Yeah, tie up the deputy and make sure that he's not able to move.
I figure that as a ranch hand, Clarence is very good at tying up rope.
Yes,
He's a working
I'm
boy.
ranch hand.
Yeah.
This
And,
whole
you
time,
know,
Clarence has been doing nothing but chaps.
Oh,
Nobody noticed.
Assless chaps under a poncho.
right.
I mean,
Leather duster hat, assless chaps.
if everyone wasn't so distracted by all the bugs, the rats,
They might have noticed.
maybe.
We should
I
probably
mean,
make this house
they are a
full of-
fine pair of,
Deputy,
I hear
You're
church
on
bells.
I don't hear nothing.
Okay,
You
it's
don't
not in
hear
the
it?
game. Cool. I hear church bells.
You, Deputy, you're unconscious, but you know you're unconscious. You can hear everything going on around you. You can hear what the priest just said. And as you look up, what you see is not Mrs. Banks's ranch house, even though you hear her. It's not the desert that the father saw. It's water. It's cold, cold water. And you are under it.
God damn it.
Well, far under it. And you feel something touch your chest. And you hear instead of this large, whatever you hear the father say about a large snake man, that's not what's touching you. It's a plate.
A plate?
It's a plate of jade stuck to your chest. And it's sitting there, almost fused there. And you see a hand reach out through the water to reach for you, to touch you, to grab you.
Why is everyone wanting to touch me?
I don't know. It hits this plate, and you see a streak of lightning go through. I need you to make me a powers check, sir.
I don't
At
have...
advantage.
Okay. Because I don't have any left. But Oh, hard success. Whew. I was going to say I hard failed. No, hard success.
You have a hard success. And this plate, this figure that's reaching out to touch you, hits this plate. And there's a shock. You see this lightning. You see this shock go through this arm. And you hear a voice say, in your ear, in your mind, he's not yours to borrow.
Oh.
He serves me until I say otherwise. Go back to your desert. Go back to your snakes. And stay away from mine.
Thank God I looted some Cthulhu Mythos artifacts in my background.
Not really. I
Shit.
need you to roll a sanity check.
Shh. Fuck. Fail. Hard fail. Very hard fail. Do I have 37?
You'd like to use all your advantages up.
I rolled low.
Oh, yeah, that's not so bad.
As you lose 6 sanity. And you feel large hand, or maybe it's a hand, something grab round you, underneath you, and shove you up out of the water. And as your head breaks the surface, you sit up bolt upright on Mrs. Banks's floor.
I almost pull the trigger, but he is tied up, so I wait a second. How you feeling, Mr. Deputy, sir? Oh, he's hissing. That's a bad sign. Okay, I'm afraid
I'm peeing.
Oh, please, not on my floor.
You can't be scared, remember?
Oh, yeah, right. I can't be scared.
Oh, thank God, my floor is safe.
Thank God my honor is safe.
Dignity.
Yeah, dignity. More than... Howdy. Y'all.
And as you see this, I need all of you to make me a powers check. Deputy, yours is at disadvantage as another streak of green lightning breaks the sky.
I'm gonna use an advantage.
Yeah, I'm as well.
If those stars are an indicator, I have advantage as well. I'm gonna use it because
I think I've used all three.
No, you still have one left.
Oh,
So
great.
with advantage, I use the +2.
Hard success.
Yeah, use the +2.
Oh, okay. So,
Nice.
Hard success.
You know what? I'm gonna spend 6 left.
Pretty cool.
wow.
I'm making this an extreme success. I'm taking no chances after that. No.
Am I at -2 or am I at -1?
-1.
-1. All right, so it's a regular success.
The sun breaks the windows of Mrs. Banks's ranch house. The storm abates. The darkness leaves. And all that you see is an overturned table. The 6 of you, I'm sorry, June is still there. Sitting there. The deputy's still tied up, but there's nothing remaining.
There's no smear on the floor. Nothing.
There's no burns, no nothing.
What?
But with that successful powers check, you all remember exactly what happened.
I spent 5 luck points to get an extreme success. Just FYI.
Those 2 who spent the luck to get the extreme success, you look out your window briefly, and you see a figure standing outside your ranch. You can't see it, Mrs. Banks. You can't really make out what it is, but you know it's there. And you see a streak of green lightning hit it, and it disappears. But you know that there was someone there. You know exactly that there was someone. Mr. Williams, you know, with that extreme success, something else. You know in your heart of hearts that there's someone in Four Corners that wants to know. And they'll do anything they can to find those who can help them find the answers to their questions. Now, whether you choose to share that information with the deputy currently tied up on the floor with a shotgun pointed at him,
Shirtless.
shirtless,
Yeah,
Deputy.
like open chested.
With fresh burnt marks. You removed my shirt over my... Ow.
You were
Ow.
unconscious for it.
Unconscious.
Yeah,
You were
you're
unconscious. And admittedly, the doctor did administer first aid,
First aid.
It's true.
so, which is good because
An
that
extreme
managed to prevent it managed to prevent you from well, no, you're definitely still severely messed up, and You are still not happy, Deputy, about being tied up like this.
Now that things seem to have settled,
Are you sure they've settled?
yeah, I know.
I don't think
Apparently not.
I'll cut George loose.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. I was going to do
Tie
was
him.
I was going to
Yeah.
take the knife from my boot. And...
Oh, don't cut through my rope. Just untie him. You did. I saw what knots you did. Those will come undone pretty easy.
All right, fine. I'll untie it.
Really? Y'all think more about your rope than my well-being?
Oh, you're not dead, and I haven't shot you, so I think you're doing pretty well, all things considered. And you're not burned to death to a crisp on the floor. I'd say that's 3 out of 3.
We
Did
consider
I
all
get
the
it?
factors.
Did I get the beast?
We're not even sure if the beast was real.
Well,
Deputy, you do remember everything that happened.
yeah, yeah, but I remember I burnt it,
And then you fell unconscious.
and then I heard fire, a shot go off, and then I fell unconscious.
Oh yeah, there is that. Never mind.
Well, everything sort of just disappeared.
Except for the burn marks.
On your body, but they're gone off my floor, they're gone off my wall. Everything. Bugs are gone. I don't even see a cockroach leg.
How's
I
Miss
think
Chan?
it's Oh, she's alive. She's doing
Good.
well. We brought her out here. Made sure she was good. You and the preacher man
down
kind of took a nap for a little bit there.
Yeah, we were concerned for your safety.
Reckon I told you to leave, Father Makarov.
Trust me, I tried.
We all did, but in the end, the darkness was out there. And here, at least, we had some form of safety.
Then everything disappeared, making it relatively safer than outside.
Is that bottle anywhere near?
Which
That
bottle?
bottle of whiskey?
Oh yes, the drinking whiskey.
Yeah, not the fire and whiskey.
Yes.
As like Clarence smothers the Molotov that was like smoldering off to the side.
No, that
that was
one's
the one he smashed.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I had a few other prepared regardless. I was like, ready.
We sit down, everything's finally quiet, and then 6 bottles go off at once, and we die.
No, she'll get the like a nice cordial bottle full of whiskey. She'll just hand it to him.
Well, that was a day.
Yes,
You're alive.
I would thank most of y'all kindly if you would not bring that sort of trouble back to my ranch again. It's just
I would
Probably
not
not.
dream of bringing it up anywhere. I don't really want to go back to Four Corners if those things are after me. Or after
That's
any
what-
one of us.
That's why I was on the road.
I don't think this is something you can run from.
It would seem not.
you can run from a lot of things, but I'm somewhat inclined to agree with
My
the
problem.
preacher man.
No, go ahead, miss.
Oh no, that's it. I'm somewhat inclined to agree with him on this aspect, apparently.
Well, looks like we're gonna have to be ready to burn down the whole town. If these things ever come back.
It didn't seem like burning much helped.
Well,
Oh, I'd
Sure.
say it was quite effective. Comparative to the last time I dealt with one of them bug things, the fire was much more effective. Much more effective.
In the
Like-
moment, I would say.
Whew.
I'll look at George and say, let's try to keep the fire on the creatures and less on ourselves.
I couldn't afford to miss. You saw what happened when Clarence tried to throw the bottle at it. It just bounced off and didn't do anything.
Well, I think that was a bad throw. Sorry, mister.
I just assume he ain't right. And the beast was just made of some sort of bouncing substance. Well, you could have told me that before I just ran into it all willy-nilly and just Geronimo'd myself on fire.
Well,
It's the heat of battle. The communication isn't always available.
this is true. We were dealing with a lot. And we had the fire the first time, and it hit... Well, and it was successful. However, apologies. I'm not the best at throwing Molotovs. I work in the good house, you know?
I understand. You're more likely to just throw out patrons or rowdy and cause a ruckus with the missus.
And I like pat my shotgun and I say, "That's what I got Lady Luck here with me for."
And as you all are sitting here recovering, imbibing some fine alcohol, Mrs. Banks does not skimp when it comes to what's in her cellar. The camera pulls back and back and back, and we see another sight. We see a figure. Tall, lithe, wearing a large jewel and ivory encrusted collar, sitting on a horse, staring at the town of Four Corners, smiling. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
We survived!
Yeah, but I'm looking at the current sanity scores, and they are much lower than they were when we started 3 hours ago.
I feel fine. I feel like I have the same.
Yeah.
You didn't move, Miss Banks, and Clarence lost only a very, very small amount. I'm looking at Father Boris here. You're 1 away from the single digits. Father?
It's no big deal. Get sanity back all the time.
And, yeah, Duck went from being the highest amongst the 3 of us to almost the lowest. That was rough, but I enjoyed it. I don't know if you guys had fun.
Oh yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
Oh, man.
And we raised $92 for the Trevor Project. So, yay! Thanks everyone. Thanks everyone that donated. Thanks everyone that came to watch, to hang out in chat, to cheer for us and or against us. Thank you for coming, fellow players. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Lindy, for taking some time to reprise your roles in the Four Corners area. And I hope we get to play with you again sometimes. So let's just go around the table, outros ourselves. And for some reason, I have a bunch of alerts, so the internet might be cutting on and off. Let me know if we're lagging or something, but apparently I have, like, unstable connections. So let's go around, outros ourselves, let everybody know who you are, what you do, and where we can find you. Let's start with our guests that we had tonight. We'll begin with Lindy.
Hi, that was super fun. I like playing Robin Banks. One of my finer name pun characters. A little bit of a scare, thought the lawman was coming for her, and then she almost shot the lawman. I imagine Ezekiel's gonna get home from his meeting, like, oh, I just missed this rainstorm. Get home, there's gonna be all these people in here, the coffee table's gonna be flipped, and alcohol's gonna be passed around. He's gonna be like, honey? Something happened while I was gone? You have to restock the Molotovs, get some more bullets. She's gonna, like, this branch is gonna be like a secret fortress. She's gonna be like, we're gonna put some barbed wire on the yard. But I had so much fun. You can find me online at LaughLoveLindy on Twitches, Twitters, Instagram, all the social medias. I play and slash DM about a dozen or so tabletop RPGs a week. You should check out my channel if you like spooky stuff, because I'm taking all the 1st and 2nd edition modules of Ravenloft and upping them up to 5th edition, running Mists of Ravenloft every week. We're about to start a new one this week. We just wrapped up Neither Man Nor Beast last week, so it's kind of modular in the fact that you can kind of come in and it's a bunch of different mini stories. And then also for February, I'm doing a mini mouse guard campaign on my channel. It's kind of a learn by play, so you can kind of tune in and see what mouse guard's all about. That's going to be on Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern. So check that out.
Nice. Mouse Guard is always fun.
Yeah.
I mean, Lindy, isn't there something tomorrow?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! How could I forget? So, also, tomorrow on it's not Grimjack 21502 on Tales from the Grimm's channel, we are starting premiering our new Pulp Cthulhu adventure, Project Hyperion. We wrapped up Athena a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to be playing. You guys get the first, like, more than just the sneak preview on Twitter because it's tomorrow. I can say it. I'm going to be playing an Italian circus performer known as Claudia Luciano, and my Italian accent's terrible. I apologize in advance, but it should be a lot of fun. You should check it out.
So I guess guests first. So I'm Eddie Freeman. I am on the internet as the Pixel Pirate on Twitter, and then Ninja Sudo SUDO everywhere else. On the internet, I talk about art and inclusiveness and RPGs and generally all nerdy things. And then I play on this channel on Mondays in the Dark Matter game. Which has been a lot of fun, and I love space, so yay. Also, Clarence Williams was a lot of fun to play, one because, I mean, the working boy and Simon not knowing what that meant was probably one of the many highlights of this game so far.
Yeah, the fact you did this whole episode in just chaps is really
I know,
good.
right? It's very impressive.
I mean, every time we saw his character, the camera was always from the waist up, and it's just at the very end of the show when the camera pulls away.
It's back, and then
Clarence is just like his back turned to the camera as we like freeze frame. And...
Some fine buns.
Meaning you rode your horse.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, ooh.
Yeah,
No. I got like a carpet or a rug or something.
Oh, okay, good, because it's...
You don't want that leather rubbing.
Yeah, because you're good. Yeah, it's not good. Not that I've ever rode a horse naked, but... Well, if you do it in shorts, it's not cool.
But anyway,
let's go with our regular guest. Thank you both, Lindy and Eddie, for coming. Our regulars. Let's start with a good doctor. Who are you? Where can we find you?
I am Scott at Berserker Rage on Twitter and Twitch as well. Basically here on Saturdays doing this wonderful show. It was very awesome to get to play with the wonderful Robin Banks and Mr. Williams. So I've heard a lot about these characters from Deidre and Miss June. So it's been a good experience, and I definitely have to say my favorite part tonight was you catching the working boy joke. It had yeah.
Simon.
I mean, y'all know English isn't my native language. Like, working boy isn't a term I had ever heard before. It's not just George being, like, wholesome and shit. It's me. I thought a working... Like, I know what a working girl is, but I thought, like, working boy, he's probably, like, a ranch hand or something. It's not the, like... Yeah.
Double standard.
Yeah, that's just sexist.
And so is... You know what? Okay, I'm ending this stream.
We love you, Simon.
We do.
Love you, Simon.
We jest.
Yeah, no,
We're
I know.
double teasing you.
But I mean, a lot of these words were sexist anyway. I mean,
That's true.
that whole industry is somewhat sexist.
Working
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, it's fine. It worked for what we needed.
Yeah. and I had a lot of fun at my own expense. Father, who are you? Where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me here. Well, whenever Simon asks me to play a game, That's where you'll find me. Right now, it's just on this. And then on Twitter, it's @Thragon. But I don't post a whole lot, but I just like retweet everybody else that I follow. So everybody, like all the guests, like post your stuff in chat so I can follow. And then everybody else in chat follow them too. And then get a friend to follow.
That's how it works. And I'm Simon, @WanderingDM. You've seen all of our Twitters on the overlay. Anyway, this is my channel. You'll see the entire schedule posted when the stream ends. If you're interested in looking at our other shows, I DM 7 days a week. We stream 7 days a week. I DM 5 of those 7 days. On Monday, we play Dark Matter with Eddie and Deirdre here. On Tuesdays, it's Star Wars. On Wednesdays, bi-weekly on Josh's channel on Pro Restarted, we play The Witcher. On Thursdays on Unmade Gaming, we have an ongoing Warhammer campaign, and on Fridays, what do we play? We play Witcher here on Friday, and then Saturdays, Pulp Cthulhu, normally at 6 p.m. EST. It's just today was a very special episode, and we started at 3. And then on Sunday, over on Soul Bear RPG, I play Cadarn in the Shattered Eye, a 5th edition D&D campaign. That's it for me. Yep.
All the best choices.
All the best
Cadarn
choices.
makes the best choices.
Yep. So before we leave, I'll just hand out the mic over to our keeper. Thank you so much for the game today. Deirdre, thank you for the scares and the insanity and the pain and the fire and oh god, why did we play? But go ahead, tell us who you are, where we can find you.
Hey y'all, you know me. I'm @Deirdre Donlin on Twitter, or Praxagora Thesmiophoria, as you see me hanging out in the Twitch chat. You can find me here on Saturdays driving these fine folk mad. You can find me on Sundays. Actually, right now I'm playing a mini campaign of Honey Heist over on Katie Face's channel. And then on Sunday evenings at 5 p.m., I'm with Simon playing some Shattered Eye, and that'll be fine. Family, come for the death and dismemberment, stay for the very complex family dramas. That is the Shattered Fam. And on Monday nights, I'm back here, so Simon can, totally not lie to my Void Cleric about what she sees.
I have lied to each and every player in that game so far.
I know.
I have kept things from you and twisted your perception of reality for my own devious end.
Of course you do. And we love you for it. But one last thing I want to plug, because I'm really happy about it, because it got announced this week, and you may have seen it go all over Twitter. The Uncaged Anthology is coming to the DMs Guild on March 12th. Both an ebook and a print copy, hardcover print copy. It is a project that I got to be a part of. I get to actually wrote one of the adventures in that's being published in the first volume. There'll be a total of 4 volumes. It's 130, I think, is the count. Adventures, all dealing with feminist reimaginings of the female monsters from the Monster Manual. So, yay! And if you've seen the art on Twitter, it's gorgeous. I love it. But yes, be aware of that. Okay, now I'm done.
That's okay. I can't wait to actually. I've play tested an adventure in it, and I can't wait to see what the other authors have to offer. On that note, we are off. Again, today we amassed $92 for the Trevor Project. Thank you very much, everyone. To all of our donors, please reach out to me on Twitter, DM me on Twitter, and I will send you the links to get your Weird West Handbook and Lovecraftian Handbook from Machen Press. On that note, we are going, and we will see you again next week. Ciao, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.